Hi there, it's Jeff. Welcome to those who are new to my channel and those that follow me. I've put together this little video today just to show people how I cut my sheet goods, particularly on the cabinet saw, doing long rips. So the length of your board and cutting rips, say 300 to 500 mils wide along the length of your board. So it can be a little bit tricky trying to keep that board up against your fence, make sure it's tucked up against your fence so you can cut a straight line, it doesn't go crooked. Stick around, I'll show you how I do it, my techniques and the things that I use to help cut a straight line when you're cutting your long rips with your sheet goods on your cabinet saw. Okay, to start off with, I'm here at my cabinet saw. Now it won't matter what cabinet saw that you have, but there's a couple of things that can help here to minimize, going crooked when you're cutting, your long rips on your sheet goods, especially on your cabinet saw. And there's a couple of key elements here that you really need to focus on trying to upgrade on your cabinet saw. And number one is an outfeed table. A decent outfeed table attached to the end of your cabinet saw. The longer you can make it, the better. It just depends on your room at home or in your workshop. That's going to help. So when you do pass that long board through, it's got somewhere to keep traveling and kind of stay reasonably level with your table of your saw. It can taper off. My one actually does taper off slightly just to give it a little bit of help, but certainly having an outfeed table is going to help that process. If you don't have room for that, and the other improvise that you could do is some rollers. You can buy them online or at your woodworking shop, just so your board has something to travel on. But just be aware with those, sometimes the board, it may miss it and just catch, or it might fall over. It's not going to be as stable and efficient as a decent outfeed table which is attached to your cabinet saw. The way you attach that to your cabinet saw can vary depending on your actual cabinet saw itself. There's usually an angle on the back of it with some holes for bolting. So just devising a matter of devising just some blocks and so on, just to get some board and to make sure it's it's got to be level at the end of your cabinet saw after the cast iron top. But that would be number one improvement that you could make on your cabinet saw to help this process. Number two is getting hold of these JessEm stock guides. Now you can get these online, but what these basically do is attach to the top of your fence, and they move around, and they basically have these guide rollers that spin one way only, and they actually are tilted on an angle towards the fence. So it prevents your board actually trying to drift away from your fence, if that sort of makes sense. But these are basically an attachment that you add to your fence. The way you attach them to your cabinet saw fence can vary, it's up to you. You can just screw them straight down. I've actually got mine on a piece of board with some magnet mag switches that can actually, so this actually whole lot can just be removed if I don't want it. But basically they have adjustments. They can travel up and down, and you adjust it to the thickness of your board. So you get a piece of block, you put it underneath, and then you tighten it, and away you go. You just bring it out as far as you want. You want to make sure that these roller stock guides are past your saw blade. That'd be one of the safety things that you want to make sure you do when you do set these up. But you can just follow the manufacturer's guidelines to set these up. But these are very, very handy, especially when you're doing long sheet goods. They prevent the board from drifting off the saw fence. They keep it tucked up against this saw fence, keeping it safe. You can even let go of the board and it won't move, and you just keep pushing it through. It does, what I do find with these, it does form a little bit of resistance, pushing it through. It's not going to be as smooth because it's got these rollers pushing against the fence, but it is a lot safer and cleaner method for getting your rip cuts without drifting away from the saw fence. Well, there you go. As you can see in a little demonstration there, that a couple of these little things that you can add to your cabinet saw can really help the process of when you're going to do long rips with your cabinet saw, particularly with sheet goods. If they're narrow, or even when they are, quite big, it does get a little bit tricky trying to keep that board up against your fence, and those little couple of things really can help, especially the outfeed table, unless you have the privilege of somebody tailing out for you. But yeah, outfeed table and the JessEm stock guides. By the way, I'm not promoting these guys. I'm not sponsored or anything. I went and purchased these myself. They're set up just online. I'll leave links in the description if anybody's interested in those sort of things to improve their cabinet saw. But that's basically what you're doing. You're just making those little improvements just so it helps those processes. That just about wraps up this video today. I hope you enjoyed it or got something out of it, or inspired you to upgrade your cabinet saw if you've got projects that require long rips or something like that. Please subscribe to my channel so you can stay up to tune with the new videos coming out. Share and press like if you liked it, and hopefully I will see you in my next videos.